Hey crew, Bad Communications Officer Hallstrom here. First, I want to apologize for the unexpected hiatus this show has taken and for our poor communication in terms of what's been going on. That's entirely on me. Kenny offered to do a status update several weeks ago to let everybody know that we're still here and we're still doing it. And I asked him not to because I wanted to do a more detailed sort of update on what's been going on. He agreed, and then 6 weeks passed and I still hadn't done it. My fault entirely, and I am sorry. I do want to say thank you to everyone who checked in on us, make sure we were okay. That really does mean a lot. So, right up top, I just want to say, yeah, the show is still happening. We have 3 episodes recorded that just need editing by me to get released. It's, I believe, Aliens What If number 4, and a 2-parter on the Aliens versus Predator versus the Terminator comic series, which we did with our friend Bob from the Flock podcast. Go subscribe to that podcast. It comes out regularly, unlike our show. And go subscribe to Bob on Twitch, twitch.tv/respectable street. You guys know. Go subscribe to Bob now and watch him Friday nights on Twitch. Kenny hangs out in the chat. Sometimes I hang out in the chat. And it's a good time over there. Beyond these 3 episodes that we have ready for editing, we've got a number of episodes lined up. Obviously, there's plenty of alien stuff to cover. We are going to knock out the What If series finally. We've got the Avengers vs. Aliens number 2 on the books. We've got the Romulus prequel comic scheduled with Mike and Tom from our Romulus episode. And then we're going to be sliding into the Predator series to watch all of those movies before finally getting into our Aliens versus Predator segment of the podcast properly. So, yeah, the show is going to continue, and it is going to become a regular show again very, very soon. Our current hurdle is, all of the holiday nonsense surrounding the Thanksgiving and Christmas season over here. Family obligations, work obligations, and all of that stuff. But I promise you, I'm going to get the episodes we have recorded out the door, and our recordings are going to become more regular. And yeah, we're getting the show back on track. So rest assured, there is plenty more Crew Expendable coming for a long, long time. Okay, that's the main status update for the show. So if you guys want to check out now, go ahead. If you're curious about what this long 2-month-ish hiatus was about, keep listening, but warning, it's going to get a little personal. All right, here goes. I've just had a rotten time of things lately, guys. So I live in Florida. And we were basically hit with 2 hurricanes in a row. Now, Helene hit first, and while it didn't really damage my house, it did a hell of a lot of damage to my neighborhood and my workplace and surrounding places. And I'm in the construction industry. It really set us back a lot. It knocked power out at our workshop, caused a lot of delays on things, and really took a lot of extra time out of my schedule to try to catch up on things and get professional life, bill paying stuff back on track so that I could pay for food and everything. Right. So that was a major setback at first. And then after things were kind of settling down from that, I had another seizure. I have small ones, right? But this was kind of a big one, one that made me black out while I was standing in a store, and could have been really, really bad if my girlfriend Sarah hadn't literally caught me as I was falling towards a shelf full of wine bottles. Fortunately, I only broke one of those wine bottles, And the store was nice enough not to even, charge me for that. So that could have been really bad. I could have, been seriously injured again, like I was earlier this year. But the point of that is it caused me and my neurologist to reevaluate my medications and things, do some readjustments. And that caused some further setbacks, which I'll get to in a minute, because before I was able to sort of adjust to those things, we were hit with a second hurricane, Milton. And this one did do some damage to my house, some minor flooding. Not terrible, certainly not the worst thing that could happen, right? But it did some pretty severe damage to a storage unit where I had a lot of my stuff, which made me have to move out of that place very quickly, which wasn't easy because as a result of having seizures, I'm not legally allowed to drive right now. So arranging a move out of a significant amount of stuff from a storage unit that needed a roof torn off and repaired was kind of a big deal. I'm not going to go through all the details, but it took several weeks to, get all the stuff out and then go through all the stuff and find a place to put it. Blah, blah. You guys get it. Just a real fucking hassle. And in the middle of that, I had probably the worst sinus infection of my life. Anyway, all of those things are more or less inconveniences that just took up a lot of my extra time to do things like record and work on podcasts and stuff. But beyond all of those things, my anti-seizure medication was causing severe depression, anxiety, and agitation. Like a almost crippling amount of all three. And because it was being caused by this medication, it was like chemical. So I didn't really understand what was going on because it felt different than the normal depression, anxiety, and agitation I feel all the time. But people were picking up on the behavioral changes, and I was certainly feeling them as well. I just couldn't put my finger on them. So I started working with my neurologist on transitioning off that medication and onto a different one. But when I had that seizure after the first hurricane, we had to stop that transition because moving off of that medication might have been what caused the increase in seizure activity. I may not be explaining this the best way, but people out there who are more experienced with these things know what I'm talking about. So then we had to do another readjustment, and these adjustment periods take a long time. Like my step-off period for that first drug was like 5 weeks, and it got interrupted after like 3, and then I had to do another series of weeks to get readjusted to the new amount and the new drug and blah, blah, blah. It's all just really fucked with my head and kind of, I don't know, just made me not really feel right or make me feel like myself. And all of that was going on in the background through most of these other things that I've talked about in this. And it's just been fucking hard, Anyway, I'm kind of through these medication transitions and I'm starting to feel more like myself. And I'm kind of in a place where I can get back to life and not be a raging, sad asshole all the time. So I'm ready to get back to working on the show again. And that's what's been going on, guys. Okay. Sorry if I brought the room down. Sorry to get super personal on your podcast feed on a Friday morning for most of us, I guess. But hey, the good news is Bob's streaming tonight on Twitch, twitch.tv/respectable street. You guys, the link in the notes. Only thing in the notes. Link to Bob's Twitch. He's playing a game with someone. So go follow Bob. It's a lot more fun than this status update was. Anyway, long story short, double hurricanes, bad medicine, fucked up my head for a while there, But hey, we're back. We've been recording. We're going to continue recording. I'm going to get podcasts edited. We're going to be dropping episodes again real soon, and we're going to be continuing on our journey through the Alien universe. Thank you all for hanging in there and sticking with us. We'll see you on the other side. Stay frosty.